Hello everyone, this is Asad. Many of you might be having problem with their iPhone's battery life. You're not getting a satisfactory battery life, but I am getting a good battery life. My iPhone is giving me 1.5 to 2 days of backup. And in this video, I'll tell you things that you can do to improve the battery life of your iPhones. These tips will work on all the iPhone models. So the first tip is about keyboard haptic feedback. So when you use your keyboard, you get a small vibration while typing each letter. This is haptic feedback for your keyboard. Haptic feedback significantly consumes your iPhone's battery, so you must keep it off. For turning it off, go to Settings, tap on Sounds and Feedback. Now scroll down and select Keyboard Feedback. Now turn off haptic option. I have also switched off the sound option because it also consumes battery but not as significantly as haptics. Secondly, turn off background app refresh. Turning it off won't make any difference. Your apps will work fine even if you turn it off. So go to Settings, Background app refresh and select the off option. But if you still wish to keep it on, let it be on the Wi-Fi mode because it will use a lot of mobile data and hence more battery power. Or from here you can individually select which apps you want to keep on for background refresh. But I recommend keeping it off. Moving on to tip number 3. So do not kill the recently opened applications again and again like this because when you reopen the apps, these are refreshed and consume more power to load and hence your battery life will reduce. It will also consume more mobile data. But there are some apps that you must completely close. Those are applications that you use occasionally, which are basically at the end of your recent applications. For example, I'll close these applications, Compass, Threads, Calendar and Weather, because I do not use them much. Next thing that you have to do is go to the App Store of your iPhone and make sure all your apps are up to date. So tap on your name, scroll down, you'll see Update All option. Tap on it to update all the apps to their latest versions. This is because some of the older versions of applications might have some bugs. So app developers solve it in their newer updates. Now tip number 5. Display plays a major role in consuming battery because it is the single most power consuming hardware on your phone. To ensure that your display uses minimum power, do these settings. Go to Settings, open Display and Brightness, tap on Auto Lock. Make sure it's either on 30 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes. Keeping it more than that will unnecessarily consume battery and someone else can also access your iPhone. It's on never on my phone because I am making a video right now. After video, I'll set it to 30 seconds. So next is Raise to Wake. You must always keep Raise to Wake off. Raise to Wake will switch on your display every time you pick up your phone, even when you don't want your phone to wake. So switch it off, go to Settings, tap on Display and Brightness. Here you'll see Raise to Wake. Switch it off. It will save your battery life. Now the next tip is just for iPhone 14 Pro and 15 Pro models. So when you lock the display, you'll be able to see a lot of information still on the screen. I know this is a new feature, but keeping it off will save your battery life. So go to Settings, then Display and Brightness. Now switch off Always On Display. So there is one more option for you that will consume much less battery. If you switch on the Always On Display, you'll have two options, Show Wallpaper and Show Notifications. Switch off both of them. Now you'll have this lock screen, which will just show you time and your lock screen widgets. Now the next tip is also related to display. Normal wallpapers do not consume much battery, but if you have a live wallpaper or animated wallpaper, the consumption of battery will be much more. So always use normal still wallpapers like the one I have on my phone. Moving on to next tip. You can use dark mode on your iPhone for saving battery life. If I switch on the dark mode, my phone will look like this. Using dark mode also saves battery. It is because your iPhone uses OLED display and OLED displays shut down pixels when they have to show black color. So these black areas are the pixels that are off. Your battery life will significantly improve by using dark mode. So scroll down the control panel and switch on the dark mode from the tools at the bottom. You can also turn on the dark mode from settings. So our next tip is also related to display. Always use auto brightness. I'm not using auto brightness right now because I'm making a video, but I keep it on all the time. Auto brightness is not in display and brightness. For switching it on, go to Accessibility, tap on Display and Text Size. Scroll down, you'll see Auto Brightness and keep it on. So when not needed, your iPhone will not use that extra brightness and it will save your battery. Next tip is for iPhone 13 Pro, 14 Pro and 15 Pro series. So the Pro Motion display in these models consumes significant battery, but it gives you good performance while scrolling and gaming. So if you're not using it, keep it off. Switching it off will make your iPhone work in 60 Hz, which is also good if you are an average user. So go to Settings, tap on Accessibility, then Motion. At the bottom you can see Limit Frame Rate, turn it on. Now the next step is really important. It is about setting up the notifications. Unwanted notifications consume a lot of battery, so you have to manage the notifications properly. Go to Settings, tap on Notifications. From here you can manage notifications for each app individually. You don't want useless notifications from games, shopping apps and other apps. I have notification disabled for applications like Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. There is one more thing that you can do. So select Schedule Summary. So you can set time when you want to access the notifications. Like you set a time to get notifications once in the morning, once at 6 p.m. and once at 9 p.m. Like I have set for Gmail, because my Gmail sends me a lot of notifications. So I'll receive my mails at 8 a.m., 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Next is Wi-Fi calling. Go to Settings, scroll down and go to Phone. Tap on Wi-Fi calling. Turn it on. So when you are connected to Wi-Fi, your phone will use your Wi-Fi connection for making calls. Wi-Fi consumes less battery and less data when compared to your regular mobile networks, so keep it on. My next tip for you is to remove unwanted widgets, like the location-based widgets like weather. I'll remove it. Maps, I'll also remove it. If you need it, then only keep it. Otherwise, keep the location-based widgets away from your iPhone's screen. And also don't keep location-based widgets like weather widget on your iPhone's lock screen. Now the next setting is related to live activities. For example, I'm using timer so I can see this clock icon on live activities. So if I am using Google Maps, then I'll be able to see this arrow on my live activities. It looks cool but consumes battery. They also keep running on lock screen. So for removing it from the lock screen, go to Settings, then select Face ID and Passcode. Go to the bottom. Here are some options under Allow Activities when logged. From here, turn off the toggle next to the live activities. So everyone has seen this iOS 17 feature where we have to bring two iPhones close for using AirDrop. But it uses a lot of battery to keep the sensors on all the time. If you do not use it regularly, keep it off. So go to Settings, then General, then AirDrop. Now switch off the option Bringing Devices Together. AirDrop will keep working, but this feature of bringing devices near to share will not work. Next setting that you need to change is also on the same screen. You can see at the bottom Out of Range. Turn it off because it can consume your iPhone's battery significantly. What it does is when you airdrop someone, you leave that place, like the two phones get separated. Then the airdrop will continue over mobile data. Large files will drain battery and consume data. So it's better to keep it off. Next setting is related to mobile services. If you don't need 5G data speeds, or you stay at home or office or any place where you can get Wi-Fi, keep your phone on 4G. 5G should be kept off if you don't need it. You can switch it on whenever in need of high speeds. Next setting is location services. So go to Settings, Privacy and Security and select Location Services. Do not turn it off because if you turn it off, you will not be able to find your iPhone in case you lose it. But scroll down and see individual apps that are using your location. For example, this application, I don't want it to use my location, so I'll select Never Here. For some apps, you can select Ask Next Time or When I Share. So it will ask you every time before sharing your location. And the options while using app and always must only be used for apps like Find My or Maps. There is one more option under location of some apps, that is precise location. So precise location is also not needed for apps except if they are maps or Find My device like Find My iPhone or Find My iPad. So most of your apps must be kept on When Shared or Never. So next setting is related to low power mode. A lot of people use low power mode all the time. It's okay to use it, but a lot of things will stop working while using it. In my opinion, it must be used only while you are running low on battery. You can add low power mode on your control panel from settings, control center, and tap the plus icon next to low power mode. So now you can turn it on or off instantly from control center. So if you follow all these tips, your iPhone's battery life will be significantly increased. And if you know any other changes that we can do on our iPhones to improve the battery life, mention them in the comments. I hope this video was useful for you. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.